Thank you, Pat.
Yeah. Oh, got a new addition.
No.
Hey, picked one up.
Pick two.
Picked two. Yeah. Robin, do you have?
Yes, I'd like to make a motion to accept the fact finder's recommendation for OPBA.
Second.
It's been moved by Robin, second by Chad. Is there any discussion? All right, so we're going to vote on accepting the fact finder's report. A vote of yes says you do accept it, and a vote of no says obviously you do not.
Doris Bloom,
Yes.
Robin Jones,
Yes.
Sue Fox Broker,
Yes.
Cliff Winiger,
Yes.
Chad Miller,
Yes.
and Peg Rand.
Yes.
It passes by a vote of 6-0. Okay, moving on. We're up to administration reports. Chief? Nothing tonight? Okay. I'm sorry, Chief.
He's out of here.
Chief Donnelly.
I just want to let you know we did get the truck back from the factory, so it's down at the station. We're getting it prepped and everything, getting the guys trained on it, so hopefully by the end of this week, maybe first part of next week, we'll have it in service, and we'll have you guys down sometime to check it out and the station itself too, because I know a lot of new faces here, and probably not too many that have actually been down to the station, so let's give you a tour of the whole place. So
That's a good idea. We're over, yeah, we need to do that.
and hopefully maybe work out a night where I'm around to be able to do
Yep.
it, so.
Good coverage on that too on Facebook and social media. Love former Chief Blue's comment. He's just slobbering over that new engine on his posts on Facebook. So thought that was pretty cool. So thanks again, Chiefs, for all of that. Anything you want to talk about with Public Works?
Good news. It's good news for the city, it's good news for the county. They have tar. So, it's been a while. It's been a struggle to get tar. So, dirt patching will begin.
The little
So,
things that make a small
starting-
town mayor happy.
Yeah. It's one of those years. It's tough to get material, so.
Okay. Economic development? No? All right. Income tax, finance did get a report on that. Any update, anything further? Auditor's office, Christie? Okay. Treasurer, I believe, well, that was in your monthly reports. It was in the packet. We do have the report from the auditor and treasurer to the mayor. If you have questions on that, you can ask them now or talk to Christie later. All right. Law director, John, anything?
Nothing.
Cindy?
Yes. So, in case you see drones flying around, our mapping of our GIS is beginning, and they're doing it via drones, so don't be alarmed. They've got different landing spots in all the wards. Most of the time it's on city property, launching and landing spots, so that is happening. As far as the bridge is concerned, we've been working with the county, and repairs are starting this week. I don't know how long they'll take, but after that is completed, the bridge will have to be inspected again, and the load rating will most likely change if we can open it at all after the inspections. So everybody just needs to be patient with us. We are working on that, and again, a big, huge thank you to the county engineering office. They are great help on that. Street lights downtown were turned on. Just to let everybody know, we are aware that there is one bank of them that is not working. The company Miller Cable will be back in here.
Just got a text.
Okay, so Burl said Miller Cable will be replacing the photo cell on the power service tomorrow. So hopefully they'll be on. When they came on the other night, I didn't know if it was front porch lights, a Price Funeral Home was sewing them off or what, so. Perry Street, most likely we are going to barricade Perry Street off with the start of the roundabout. I'm not sure when the roundabout's starting, but we might as well not get used to using Perry Street and parking in there again, so I've asked the guys to just go ahead and barricade that off once Helms is out of there. And finally, I got a bunch of thank yous. So, again, for the truck, I think we owe a huge thank you out to the state and John Cross for getting us the funding for that truck. Big thank you to Tom Roof. He's an anonymous sponsor for all of our summer programs. This year, he bought 100 backpacks that say Kitten Park and Rec on, so everybody that participates in our summer programs gets a backpack. Big thank you to Robin, Jolene, Sue Bailey, Judy Cross for doing our landscaping out here. It looks great. They also put the bricks in and the bench. And a big thank you to Robin and Jolene who went out and helped get the pool ready for swim champs. So, did I forget anybody, Robin? Okay, so, big thank you. That's all I have.
Okay. Thanks, Cindy. Lynn, anything you want to talk about now?
No, I'll wait.
Okay. Moving right on then, we get to committee reports. Finance got a meeting scheduled in August, met earlier tonight. Anything you want to discuss?
Other than we had a update on the budget, where we're at for the year, and the audit from the state of Ohio for 2025 is about 75% complete. I guess that's the big items.
Okay. Thanks, Doris. MOP hasn't met, so nothing in front of MOP right now. So public utilities. Other than your meeting date, have you had a meeting you want to report on?
No.
Nope. Streets, alleys, and sidewalks.
Streets, alleys, and sidewalks, other than what Cindy and Lynn touched on with the Dura patching and the bridge and stuff like that, we did discuss the bells. Remember, we talked about the bells, placing them on the curb. Lynn's had a great idea. It's probably better to wait until we find out how the traffic flow is going to be and where to put those exactly, where they need to be put so that they can be utilized. We also discussed that they said they're still waiting on AEP to get quotes for lighting on Morningside Drive out by Walmart and on 53. And Lynn told the committee that she has Thrive working on getting a grant application together for the next round of safety routes to school. So that's pretty much what we talked about. Our next meeting is July 29th at 3:30.
All right, thanks, Peg. Any questions for Peg? How about legislation, codes, and regulations?
We've been meeting weekly. We just met. We're continuing to try and tackle a vacant building ordinance or legislation, especially for the downtown area. We will continue to work on that. Our next meeting, I believe, is with Chief on the 22nd at 2. We're gonna invite ourselves in on his meeting that he has with Lynn on that, just so that we're aware of where we're going with that and the directions that we have to work with. Congratulations, Chief.
All right. Any questions for any of those committees? So we'll go on to regional planning.
Regional planning did not meet in July, we'll meet in August.
Parks and Rec?
We meet this Wednesday, but tomorrow night is a challenge called Beat the Heat. It's between police, fire, and the Hardin County Sheriff with the Kent Stingrays. So it's a fundraiser. There's a donation. It's a donation to, I think, is
Down
it
syndrome.
Down syndrome? Yeah. So, and then we also started Little Dribblers today at Murray Park. If you have little dribblers that miss this opportunity, another go-round starts August 10th through the 13th.
All right, great. Lots of things going on. Thanks, Robin. Grove Cemetery Board
We meet tomorrow at 5 o'clock.
and Tree Commission with Lydia. BKP Ambulance District, we have not met since our last meeting. We meet the third Monday, so we will meet next Monday. No old business on the agenda. Anyone think of anything we might have missed? Anyone have any new business put forth? Okay, so you'll see we have 3 items for first reading, 2 items for second, and a third read. The item that was, all of these are now, that weren't, some of the ones that weren't in your packet are in the stapled packet that's on your desk. And then, I think it's 26-019, the third one there under first reading, that is the one that was updated.
I handed it to you.
And we'll call your attention to what the updates were. So, when you want to go ahead with the first one?
Okay. Resolution number 011-26, a resolution authorizing the Safety Service Director of the City of Kenton, Ohio, to enter into a professional services agreement for construction engineering of the water treatment plant Phase 1 improvements with Wessler Engineering and declaring an emergency.
Cindy, what is it that's driving the timing on this? Because we really like you to have you consider it tonight.
Just so we can get started on this water treatment plant, the rebuild. This will be the engineering, the management of this whole construction process, a $7 million project.
Okay.
They anticipate that being 15 months?
Most likely.
No deadline, is there a deadline we're facing other than we're just really need to get it moving?
Yes, I don't know when they're planning the kickoff meeting, but they will be the ones running the kickoff meeting. We got the loan approved the first of the month, and the principal forgiveness given to us, so.
Mr. President, I would move that we waive the 3-read rule for resolution number 011-26.
I'll second that.
Thanks, Sue. Seconded by Robin. There's no discussion.
Can I just add one more thing?
Yep.
So this will be added into the loan portion, which is at a 0% loan. So it's not coming directly, I mean, it comes out of our pockets, but over 20
time,
years.
Over time, yeah. All right, we'll go ahead and vote on suspending the rules. And just a reminder, this requires a supermajority.
Robin Jones?
Yes.
Sue Fox Broker?
Yes.
Cliff Winiger?
Yes.
Chad Miller?
Yes.
Peg Grant?
Yes.
And Doris Bloom.
Yes.
That passes 6-0. So we did successfully suspend the rules.
I move we
Consider-
adopt resolution number 011-26.
Hey, thanks, Chad.
Second that.
Seconded by Peg. Is there any discussion? Okay.
Sue Fox Broker?
Yes.
Cliff Winiger?
Yes.
Chad Miller?
Yes.
Peg Grant?
Yes.
Doris Bloom?
Yes.
And Robin Jones.
Yes.
That passes 6-0 as well. All right, next up. Yep.
Ordinance number 26-018, an ordinance providing for transferring funds for the year 2026 for the city of Kenton, Ohio, and declaring an emergency.
Who wants to talk about this a little bit? Because we would like it passed tonight.
Tonight, yeah.
I think you've got a cheat sheet on there too, right?
Right, it's on the back side of the ordinance.
Yep. Any questions on that before? And
I mean, the reason why, like the swimming pool concession stand and the slide monitors, obviously, those are low on funds, and we need those. We can't wait 6 weeks because their season will be over,
right.
and we need to pay people. And then
the Medicare, it kind of relates to the salaries as well, for the rec, so, same reason. And, the overtime for the police, I don't think that can wait 6 weeks either.
Yeah, we're
So-
short on money for the overtime.
Yeah,
We've got bills to pay. We'd like council to consider acting on this evening.
Mr. President, I move to suspend the three read rules on ordinance number 26-018.
Second.
Moved by Robin, second by Doris, I think that was, to suspend the rules. We'll go ahead and vote on that.
Peg Ren,
Yes.
Doris Bloom.
Yes.
Robin Jones.
Yes.
Sue Fox Broker.
Yes.
Cliff Winiger.
Yes.
And Chad Miller.
Yes.
Passes 6-0.
I move that we adopt ordinance number 26-018.
I'll second.
Moved by Peg, second by Cliff. Any discussion? Okay, let's vote on that.
Chad Miller.
Yes.
Peg Ren.
Yes.
Doris Bloom.
Yes.
Robin Jones.
Yes.
Sue Fox Broker.
Yes.
Cliff Winiger.
Yes.
Passes 6-0. Thanks, everybody. All right, one more on the under first reading.
Ordinance number 26-019, an ordinance providing for additional appropriations for the year 2026 for the city of Kenton, Ohio, and declaring an emergency.
So this is the one that changed. And you'll see under court special projects, that's the those are the numbers
Yeah.
that changed. It went to 2,500 and 5,000. And they were 5 and 5, and they referenced,
the computerization.
yeah, different line numbers. This is, so everything's correct in this version.
And the special project goes along with the letter, hopefully most of you got, from Judge Tudor. Yes.
You want that to go ahead and read two more times?
It can go 3 readings.
It's whatever you all want to do. It can go 3 reads. If you don't have questions on it, think it's straightforward, we can do it now. Up to you
The
all.
waterworks, the water plant item there, that's what Cindy was talking about just a moment ago, so.
So is this tied to that? We passed that under emergency legislation, is this?
I don't think they'll bill us within,
All right. If it's all right with everyone, we'll read this again in 2 weeks.
Yep.
All right. Thanks, everybody. So up now, we got a couple under second reading.
All right, ordinance number 26-016, an ordinance providing for additional appropriations and for transferring funds for the year 2026 for the city of Kenton, Ohio, and declaring an emergency.
I do not remember exactly what these transfers were.
A lot of insurance, medical insurance for various lines.
Okay.
Girls' retirement,
We had a
employees' retirement.
couple retirements.
For North Detroit Street Road storm design, we had a transfer that we were wanting to do for road contracts to street projects.
But we're still all right to go 3 reads on all these,
I think
right?
so.
Okay. If there are no questions, we'll read that again in 2 weeks. All right, let's go next.
All right, ordinance number 26-017, an ordinance submitting to the electors of the city of Kenton, Ohio, the question of whether a commission shall be chosen to frame a city charter and declaring an emergency.
Any additional information to be presented on that topic tonight? Okay, we have time to do so, so we'll read that again in 2 weeks for a third and final time. All right, third readings.
Ordinance number 26-013, an ordinance amending and restating Kenton Codified Ordinance Chapter 1266 and repealing codified ordinance, Chapter 1268, relating to the general industrial district and the limited industrial/commercial district in the city of Kenton.
One way to say it, just bringing some of those zoning, the wording up to date and more current. That'd be a
Mr.
fair way to
President?
say it, John.
I would move for the adoption of ordinance number 26-013.
Thanks, Sue.
I'll second that.
Seconded by Robin. Is there any discussion? Okay, let's vote on it.
Cliff Winiger,
Yes.
Chad Miller,
Yes.
Peg Gren,
Yes.
Doris Bloom,
Yes.
Robin Jones,
Yes.
and Sue Fox Proctor.
Yes.
Okay, that passes 6-0. All right, very good job. We'll move on to other matters. Anything else to be presented this evening? Public comments. Anyone in attendance? Yes, ma'am. You know the drill.
Hi, Holly Underwood. I am the Director of Economic Development, but I am also the President and CEO of the Chamber and Business Alliance, and I'm affiliated with the Kenton Historic Courthouse District. So Eats on the Street will be happening Saturday from 5 to 10 downtown Columbus and Wayne. We encourage everybody to come out, 20 food trucks, 2 bands, kids zone, car and bike show, and we appreciate, I want to say thank you to the mayor, police, fire, and all the other department streets that provide support for this event. We really appreciate it.
Holly, while you're up there, and you might not know, but there's a couple other things happening Saturday too, right? There's something at the museum,
They're back in time at the farm.
and
out
then
at
there's
the
the
fairgrounds.
farm stand tour thing or
Yes,
something.
there is a farm stand tour. All of these other items are on either the Visit Hardin County Facebook page, or they can be found by going to our website, hccba.com, and going to our calendar of events, and then you can click on those.
There's lots to do this weekend.
Lots to do. Deb Phillips did a video Friday. So if you go to the Visit Hardin County Facebook page and you look at Friday's video post, Deb did a summary of those things that are coming up. Thank you.
Thanks. Anyone else? Okay, then, we'll move on to comments from the news media. None. All right, administration and council members, Christie, anything? Chief? Sue? Cliff?
No.
Chad?
Swim champs was a great success, I thought. They had great weather, great participation, and if you've never been, this was my 3rd swim champ since I've been on council, and every time it amazes me, like, the efficiency that it runs, the amount of people that visit Kenton, and the good, comments that we get about swim champs being here. So thank you to the pool management and everybody that participated in swim champs.
John?
Nothing, Joe.
Cindy?
No.
Lynn?
Again, swim champs, it's a big deal for us, and it always kind of puts us on the map, makes you feel proud, and it's amazing to see. But every year, the mayor's trophy goes out to somebody, and, I've had the privilege to give it to Sue and Matt Bailey, and then this year, it was April Dorman. She's from Bluffton. She coaches Bluffton. And the cool thing about that's Officer Broadman's mom. So it's I'm going to claim her because, it's just a cool thing to see somebody, the amount of time that she's put into, and when they put this award out, it's a neat thing, and to see people's service to kids is exceptional. And again, with everybody, there's so many people that are here that helped put that on, but yeah, it's a great thing for the city. Be proud.
All right, thanks, Lynn. I just would mention, I'm certain all of you kind of been watching the progress of the sidewalk. They're really into the meat of it now. They're into the real tough part. But appreciate how that is looking. And I just, earlier tonight, you heard Cindy thank several people. Just, there's an awful lot of things going on in this town, project-wise, that both Lynn and Cindy, but I think even Lynn would admit Cindy's the one that really is all over those projects.
1,000%.
And, you know, there's issues that come up in these that we don't think about. And I got to give tremendous kudos to Cindy. The tenant out there that farms that ground, one of the things that AEP could have taken care of it when they got their materials. It said right in there, do you have any requirements for the right-of-way? They probably didn't think it through, said no. And we're deep into the project or almost ready to start, and the tenant's like, how am I going to get across there to get into the field? Cindy made some calls. We hooked her up with the realtor, who's, by the way, a very interesting person, for AEP, and she worked with Seth and got it all done. So they just poured 50 feet of it deeper, put a concrete or a stone approach. But that's just a little thing that if we would have done nothing, in a year that could have been all cracked and broken. So those are the kind of little things that she takes care of and doesn't say a word about. And
I know, but I just want to give a huge shout out to ODOT. They are so great to work with, so.
Seth Conover
Yes.
is
Homegrown.
outstanding.
Homegrown.
Yes.
Homegrown, and Seth was all over it, and they did exactly,
Ty Sherman,
Yes.
inspector.
Ty, yep.
Great
So,
crew.
If I
well,
can- if I
it's
can-
also engineers speaking with engineers. That's huge.
If I could say one thing too, and it's not about the sidewalk, but what I learned today. So Cindy and I, along with the engineer from Choice One, we presented for funding for small cities, which we've gotten several small cities. But we just want you to know, it shocked me, like this year, the amount of money was only $8 million for everybody putting in, which is really low. I mean, the monies aren't there like they were. And I think when we talk about all the things that Cindy's done, but the thing of it is, there was dollars there. And I'm grateful that she's been able to capitalize on it, and ODOT's been great, DOD's been great, everybody who's given us those dollars, but it was just, they were there and we captured it, and, it's different now. Those pots are not being funded like they used to be, so, we'll see. It was interesting.
Right. Excellent. There are no other items to be brought up this evening, and if there are no objections, we are adjourned until, I believe it's the 27th. Yep.